Can you get an election by the end of this week?
Elections, referendums, these two men walked in step for years through the biggest hurdles of the modern political era. So many times Boris Johnson came through because of one advisor, permanently in the background all the way throughout his first 18 months in number 10. But the strains and grudges that also ferment behind this very door can have consequences years after, as Dominic Cummings showed tonight, naming leakers, suggesting interference with internal investigations, and most toxic of all, accusations about the costs of the refurbishment of this flat above number 11 that Boris Johnson and his fiancée live in. In a 1,000-word blog, Dominic Cummings suggested that the Prime Minister had been exploring ways of getting others to secretly pay for the lavish makeover, a move which would break electoral law. He said, "I told him, the Prime Minister, I thought his plans to have donors secretly pay for the renovation were unethical, foolish, possibly illegal, and almost certainly broke the rules on proper disclosure of political donations if conducted in the way he intended." At his side through the toughest of times, he now claims he watched in horror as the PM toyed with abandoning a leak inquiry over lockdown rules when it pointed to a friend of his fiancée. "I told him that he could not possibly cancel an inquiry about a leak that affected millions of people just because it might implicate his girlfriend's friends." He went on to say, "It is sad to see the PM and his office fall so far below the standards of competence and integrity the country deserves." They're calling it a nuclear Dom. The man Boris Johnson brought in to help him run government, launching total war against his former employer. But the allegation that matters is that the Prime Minister wanted to bend and break the rules and the law. That's the thing that Downing Street are going to spend days having to explain away. Out on the campaign trail, the Prime Minister's team claimed he hadn't broken the law, interfered in a leak inquiry and always acted properly. But in order to be able to kick allegations about the flat into touch, they revealed he personally has now paid the redecoration himself at a likely cost of £60,000. But the man himself did not want to answer about any of it, be it on how much he had to pay for the flat or where the money came from.
All that will be declared in the normal way, and I'm much more interested in telling you about the regeneration that we're hoping to see here, or we're already seeing in Teesside.
Cheers.
Cheers. This man and his team are hoping to make sleaze the centrepiece of their election campaign.
The allegations that Dominic Cummings has levelled are very serious and need to be investigated. But look, this is just the latest in a long line of accusations of sleaze, corruption, grubby dealings, dodgy access.
He fights hard and he fights dirty. Not everyone in the Tory party will welcome that the Prime Minister has triggered this row so close to an election.